Hi, welcome to the Bluebird. I'm Julie.
I'm Brad.
We've been married for 19 years, and our dream was to move on the beautiful St. Clair River and the Great Lakes so that we could have a boat on a boat lift.
Yes.
And it's killing us, but we're gonna do it.
Yeah. We've worked at this. It's been 5 years of bouncing through hoops with all of the government and whatnot to get our zoning redone and our lots divided so that we could sell a lot. And,
Permits took 8 months to get the permits to work on the waterfront. So
yeah. And we put over 1,000 tons, 25 transport truckloads of big 24-inch boulders on the river's edge to shore up the land.
So we're ready to start on the house.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to show you what our plan is. All right, we're down on one of our docks. We have divided the lot into two. You can see the stake marker there. So it goes up, and the building's up there. So the one to the right here is a restaurant, which was called the Bluebird, and that's why we call our house the Bluebird.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's a 2-story. We're going to tear that down. This part we're going to leave. And the restaurant, we are going to move to the side. And
foundation.
Yep.
For where the white part is, where the 2-story is, that fits the restaurant, and then move it back onto a new basement.
Yeah, sounds crazy, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to tear down part of it, move part of it. And then, of course, we'll have this lot to sell, which comes with this dock. And I'll show you the view here. It is pretty spectacular.
That's all the rock that we did for the shore retention. Everything's all finished. It could never need fixing.
I know. I feel like we haven't done anything. And then when I look back and see all the stuff that we've done, the shoreline here was a huge job, which we were able to do ourselves. Our son is a heavy equipment operator. My parents own an excavating company, so they supplied the excavator, and we got all of that done. But now we're on to the house.
Yes.
Here's a closer view of the house and restaurant. This is the restaurant. I know it looks like it's connected, but it's, how far apart is it over there?
It's like a foot apart.
Yeah, you just can't even do that now. So we'll walk around and show you the other side. So Brad and I both have taken off time off work so that we could get working on this. And unfortunately, Brad's mom has been quite ill and then passed away in June. So it has set us back. On the other hand, it has been very fortunate that we had time off. Yeah, we're able to be with her
and my brothers and sisters and everything else.
Yeah. So
here's the 2-story.
Yeah, we got to turn some attention to this poor old place. It is awful looking. I've done lots of tours of the inside, so if you want to see what the inside looks, go back at our other videos and see some Christmas tours and when we first moved in. And the brown part here is going to stay with some basement. This whole contraption here, this covered porch is coming out of there. The 2-story's coming out. I think you can see better here. There's a piece of plywood right there covering the gap between the two buildings, but there's no doors or anything there. It's just a building. And the restaurant will be turned the other way and put right here. So should be very interesting. But we got to start with cleanup. And we have just stuffed this thing. The restaurant has a basement full of
Halloween stuff.
All my Halloween stuff, and that basement has decided to give away and flood.
Leaks pretty bad.
Yeah, we've had 5 years. We never dreamed it would take us 5 years to do this, but here we are. And the attic up there is right full of stuff too. That's where we had to store things, but man, it's a long ways up there. You're taking a box and bringing it down, so that's what we're going to have to start with. So I hope you'll join us on this journey, our renovation story. Yeah, it's going to be quite an adventure. We hope things will go all right. We're hoping to sell the lot that we've severed so that we can finance this crazy thing. But
and to get away from it all, we just head out over there to the dock.
Yep. I'm going to call this episode 1 of the reno, where we're trying to get organized and move our stuff, and we're exhausted already. It's day 2. So I'm going to be wheeling my china to the sea can in the yard with a wheelbarrow. Didn't think this would happen, but that's what we're doing now. Got my outdoor seasonal stuff tucked into this little shed. It was in the basement of the restaurant, and that basement has basically failed. We're here for 5 years. In a month, we'll be here for 5 years. And the last rainfall just did it in. Here's this little shed that's been here. Actually, it's a decent sized shed. So here is the sea can. And the boys took the shelves countertop from in the restaurant, chopped it up a bit to, echo, to put in here so I can put my kitchen china and stuff in. So I'm going to start with that because I don't want good dishes, wine glasses to be stacked too high so that they crush stuff. So that's why I'm starting with that kind of thing. And then I'm hoping that this cabinet here with the doors on it, I can maybe put picture frames, pictures in there for storage. And then we can stack on top of these countertops. You can see they're like heavy duty plywood, so they can take the weight of bins and stuff like that. But that's what we're starting with. And then we'll pull this restaurant apart. This is my first box I'm wheeling over. The guys have just helped me hand it down from the attic, so way up there. The attic with the pull down ladder, handed it down and came down the stairs, which they're very steep stairs. And I put the box in the wheelbarrow, and I'll wheelbarrow it around. And I got about 20 boxes of good china and stuff from the kitchen and dining room that I want to save. So we're coming down from the attic. Here's some of my boxes. And down these steep stairs. And out to the wheelbarrow. This is the basement in the restaurant that we have emptied out now. So as you can see, look at the water. Look at through here, the water comes right in the walls over there. And it didn't do that when we first moved in, but this year has been the worst. So I've been storing stuff forever. I had all my Cinco de Mayo bins and everything in this room. They got tipped over, all my costumes and so many things that I've collected over the years. Seasonal stuff. This room was full of Halloween. It seems to be a little bit higher and stayed a little bit drier. You can see it's wet, but not wet enough that it tipped things over. But had to spray everything with a mildew cleaner, and I'll be glad to take an excavator to this basement and we'll fill it in. Move on to a new basement. Over to the side a little. Look at this. It's like so wet. Look at the water here. And it didn't rain yesterday, it rained the day before. So it would have just been pouring in here. This is the last time I am going to video down here. I did do a creepy Halloween basement tour with all my Halloween stuff in here, and it wasn't as wet as this. But yeah, that's it. This is enough for me to remember. I won't forget. You come up into the restaurant. We've been demoing. This is where the countertops were right here. We get other tours too, Christmas tours and that, where you can see there was another countertop there. So it looks like they did have some blue here at the Bluebird at one time. Looks like a lot of nicotine stains. Even the ceiling here it was all painted when we came in, but it seems to be all kind of oozing through. But we're ready to update the Bluebird. It's another day here, and we're moving forward. Brad got called into work for a couple days, so it's just Trent and I today. But that's okay, we'll move on. We got the old Ford. Brad's got this old truck here we're gonna use for working with. And Trent and I have loaded up the old furniture. We took some from the basement, and we took some from the restaurant, and we're gonna do a dump run. And I think we did. Look at that! Like, frig, we nailed it here, Trent. Look at that! What a game! Oh, my cushion just fell out. All right, we're going to the dump. All right, we got rid of the couches. We're here at the recycle. That is a good job done.
Sure is.